Front end update. So I fitted this windscreen washer tank. This is the line from the actual nozzles on the top of the car there. Nothing too elaborate. You do need these spacers in. They were on the original car, but make sure you don't throw those away. This is a brand new unit. Looks really nice and tidy. The vacuum tank I fitted. This is actually quite tricky, but I think it's better to do it with the engine in. I noticed on a couple of videos of people taking engines out that they have that this was left in. When I originally took my engine out, I had stripped down both sides. There's a really fantastic video on how to connect this up from Richard Owen. I'll post the link. But this is like a purge valve, and the bottom line goes to the bulkhead. The other side comes out here. You have a T-piece here. One side goes across to this master cylinder, and then the other side, this other side here, goes to this linkage point here, connection point here. Then, in addition to that, you have a line that's connecting from the back of the servo unit to the front of the brake master cylinder. Now, one tip that I would give you is that fitting this line with the brake master cylinder in place is not straightforward. The size, I can't show it to you, but the size of the brake master cylinder pipe for the connection is pretty big compared to the size of the hose, so you fight that. In the end, I took this out without taking out the pedal box. So believe me, you don't want to do that too many times, especially at my age. It's very difficult to get in and disconnect the pedal arrangement from the brake master cylinder so the whole thing pulls out. A couple of other areas to note here. Somebody made a nice comment about this throttle linkage, and I had my bend going up and then across. You want the bend on the bottom and then lifting up. I personally didn't see too much of a difference in the way that ended up operating the linkage, but maybe I'll worry more about that when the engine is in and we're trying to get some revs in the vehicle. I fitted these hoses for the heater. So one here, new Jubilee clips, and then I have two hoses here, one at the top, one at the bottom. This is an expansion tank. Originally, I referred to this tank as the vacuum tank. It's not. It's actually the expansion tank. And I'll show how that's connected up after the radiator is fitted in. One other area that I was struggling with was the this connection. It's not the connection that came with the new master cylinder. It was like this. It was exactly the same as that. My old master cylinder unit had that on it, but clever me forgot to take that off. And sourcing one of these proved to be quite a challenge. In the end, the people at Welsh sent me one, but it had a different thread size in here. And this is actually a 7/16 times 20 thread. And I basically took, and the one that they sent me was a 3/8 times, I don't know, 24, I think. A fine thread, 3/8 fine thread, and clearly it wasn't going to fit. There's plenty of meat on this junction. So I tapped this out to the right, tapping with the right tapping drill size for the 7/16 times 20 thread, and then I managed, and I got a really nice thread. I managed to get this connected in, and then this piped connected in as well. One thing to note here, I had to not destroy but modify. Actually, we can take a look. Yeah, there it is. So in order to get a thread all the way to the bottom of the hole, which is needed before that joint, to make it tight, and to the flange of the pipe to be up against the bottom of the adapter, I had to grind my tap. Given the difficulty I had in finding that, I wasn't too upset about destroying a tap that I can go and buy relatively cheaply. This pipe goes from the top here down, and then is connected in here. One other thing I noticed was that when I was looking at other videos, this choke cable needs to be on the top of that bracket. I'm sure you can connect it up if it's at the bottom, but all of the videos that I saw have it on the top. So I think that's worth noting. The other aspect that I wanted to confirm is that I had fitted a spacer here, this one I had available, and I still get the clearance in the vacuum, from the vacuum tank to that fuel line. So that's actually worked out very nicely. The heater cables are in, and I have them connected up on the bulkhead. So there's a special bracket which connects to this instrument panel bulkhead, I guess I would call it. I'm getting ready for the electrical, and also as I find stuff to fit, I'm fitting it where it makes sense. So I put the two brackets on. One other thing I would recommend is that when you get your choke cable, make sure that actually slides and fits over this end sleeve here. Mine didn't, so I ended up drilling that out. That's a hell of a lot easier to figure out when it's on the bench than when it's in the car. So make sure that fits over that. I don't know why it didn't. I checked the part, make sure I got the right one, the right choke cable set I had. It's just different size. It doesn't take long to actually drill it out. But when you're trying to fit it, it's a problem if it doesn't fit, obviously. Right, so this heater cable is connected up. When you buy this unit, you don't get that piece. So it's wise. Make sure that you're, then when you go to fit it, you go like, well, where is that? Yeah, well, you haven't got it. So this actually works quite nicely. It's the heater control to allow water to flow. Really started to take shape. Now, I'd asked for some help on the line that came from the rear of the car, the fuel tank vapor line, as it's called. That actually has a junction down here, and on my car, when I received it, this pipe was actually laid over the side of the back of the servo and was just blanked off. This was not connected, and I was trying to find out what to do there. So I had some really fantastic help from a couple of people, Richard Owen in particular, and this is a carbon canister. This is, I believe, where the vapor line from the fuel tank connects into to the canister. This port here goes across to the crankcase breather, and this one is actually just vented out to ground, to earth. So I've got well, Richard Owen was very good very good of him to actually send me some parts off a car that he's got where he had them free. I'll do a special little video on how all of that's connected up. But I really did appreciate the help with respect to that. I don't think you actually need it, but for now I'm going to connect it up. It was on the original car. I'm going to connect it up. Right. What I'm working on now is to fit the front end, and I got a very special document from Richard Owen. He made the comment on if you follow this procedure, you might be better off. So I'm going to follow that, and I will explain that as I go through that document. I've studied that. I've got all of the parts ready. I need a few pieces that are mentioned in that article on how to do the assembly that I did not have. So in particular, there's 2 plates that go behind. These are pretty crap horn plates, but these horn brackets. They also have a spacer plate on the other side of the picture frame. So I bought new ones of these, and I've also bought the plates that I have missing. But I'll explain how all of that works as and when I get there. Okay, so this whole the other thing is I put in all of the grommets as far as I can. I don't think I've got any openings left that are on the front of the bulkhead, but this is the 3 set of holes that are above this vacuum line. So on the other side, you have the same thing. You have 2 alternatives for fitting the tube that goes inside the bulkhead, but you end up having a hole and then 3 other holes around it. This bracket is a different size, but similar concept. So if you don't use the hole, you obviously have the hole plus the 3 rivet opening. I could not find these. I could not find these grommets at all in the kit that I have, and I ended up taking a trip down to Ace to find something which was suitable. So I've got like a push-in tree, like an interior trim kind of hole blank, I guess you would call it. But yeah, I've not been able to find those in the little kit. So right now, overall I'm pretty happy with where I am, and I'm trying to get ready for fitting everything on the front subframe. I really do appreciate all of the help from different people in the different comments. Thank you for that. I don't do this every day, and the expertise from others is proven to be very useful, very much appreciated.